sir. I'm Sofia from grade 73. I'm studying in Ramakrishna School. Today I have come here to Subbaya Medical College to get an interview by Dr. Kaushik sir. Here are some questions I want to ask to him. So let's begin it.
Hi, I am Dr. Kaushik, Medical Superintendent, Subbaya Institute of Medical Sciences, Shimoga.
Today I came here to ask you some questions. Can I start?
Yes.
What is stethoscope?
Stethoscope is an instrument through which you can find out different sounds coming within the body. It can be cardiac sounds or the sounds of the heart. It could be the sounds of the lungs. It could be sounds in your tummy also. We can say stethoscope is like a pen for a writer. So stethoscope is something which helps in making the proper diagnosis for a doctor.
Why we use stethoscope?
See, a human can only hear few things from distance. There are certain sounds which is coming within the body, for which we have to use an instrument called stethoscope. Stethoscope has three important parts. One is the earpiece, one is the trunk, and one is the diaphragm. Now, diaphragm is the part of the stethoscope which helps in picking up the sounds coming from within the body. And the earpiece is the one which helps in hearing what the sounds are. Example, how does a heart sound? Lub, dub, lub, dub. Okay. How does the lungs inside sound? How does your tummy sound? So these are the different sounds which help us diagnose if your insides are doing well or if there is something wrong within insides. Okay?
What is the full form of MBBS?
Okay. MBBS. It is actually Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery. But it is called as MBBS.
How can I recognize a patient has fever?
A patient coming to you will have something called as symptoms. Patient's presents to you saying that, Doctor, nan jwara ide, my kai novide sustide. For a doctor to pick it up, it is called sign. Okay. For me to pick up fever in your body, there are many ways. One simple way is using a thermometer. Thermometer can be used below your tongue or in your axilla. It is called axilla. Or in small babies, we use it from the rectum, from the anus, from your bottom. Okay. And nowadays, due to corona, we are using something called as the infrared thermometer, which is almost accurate also.
Under what condition does a patient need to be dripped of glucose?
Okay. Now what is glucose? It is a liquid. When do we have to give liquid to a body? When the body loses the liquid. How does the body lose liquids? If you are having very high fever, all water evaporates from your body. If you are having a lot of diarrhea, loose motion, water is going from the body. And if the patient is very sick, lot of infection in all the organs of the body, that is where the water is all drained out. So for them to replace the water loss and some salts within the body, we give drips.
How does glucose help the patient recover?
Now what happens when glucose is not there for the patient? The patient becomes very tired. So when you give glucose, the glucose is absorbed from your stomach into the blood vessels. From the blood vessels, it goes to all parts of your body. Very important, your brain. We function with only two things most probably in the body. One is glucose, one is oxygen. So both are very, very, very important. So without glucose, the brain doesn't work. If the brain doesn't work, what happens? Patient is not responding. Okay. So that is how glucose helps.
What is BP?
BP is something called as blood pressure. Now, a heart is pumping. Okay. For the blood to flow inside the blood vessels inside the body, the heart has to pump with some pressure. So that is called as the pressure with which the heart pumps the blood, and the pressure which we measure on the blood vessels. So that is blood pressure. Now if the blood pressure is very high, it means hypertension. They will have headache, giddiness, sometimes they might have stroke. If the blood pressure is very low, again there will be giddiness, there will be tiredness, and there will also be, we can call it as coma sometimes. The patient might go in for coma. That condition is called hypotension. Hyper means high, hypo means low. So blood pressure is normal. Normal is 120 by 80.
How can I check BP?
Now there are various methods. One simple method till now tried and tested is using the sphygmomanometer BP machine. Okay, so that is where we tie onto our left arm or right arm. The patient has to either sit, sleep, or even sometimes stand. So we tie the BP apparatus to the arm. Using the stethoscope, we check the blood pressure. Olden days, they had many different methods of checking blood pressure, which are not being used now.
Name some basic hygienic method that we can follow daily at home and school.
First thing first is keep yourselves clean. Head to toe, you have to keep yourselves clean. Why? We are all surrounded by microbes, organisms, which is not visible to the eye. So we have to take bath every day. We have to wash our hands every day properly before eating, after eating, and touching whichever is there outside. Okay, that is first thing. Second thing is take good sleep of minimum 7 to 8 hours. Sleep is very important for kids to grow and for adults to have good healthy mental life. Okay, third thing is proper food. 3 times a day is actually recommended. You can also have it as 2 times a day, no problem. The food has to be well constructed, in the sense you should have carbohydrates, you should have fats, you should have proteins, and you should have minerals also. So this is very important for a person to have a good healthy life. Apart from this, we have to have good exercise. Without exercise, a person cannot be healthy. Right?
Thanks for your beautiful session, sir. I understood everything, and tomorrow I can go and tell my friends everything about this. Thanks for your beautiful session.
Welcome.